I'd like to interject if I could, Dor. I don't mean
Go
to
ahead.
interrupt you or anything, but I don't honestly I don't see the harm in putting up posts on the WoW recruitment forums. Because
No, I don't have a problem with that type of stuff, but there's still going to be restrictions.
Oh, of course. I'm just mentioning that that's another outlet that, and there's several guild recruitment forums that are available on MMO Champions got them. I know WoWProgress.com has them. Then there's the official WoW forums have them as well, where and we can have like an actual semi-reasonable, not necessarily an application process, but somebody knows exactly what they're getting into before they.
Oh, exactly. That is something I have actually talked to Mikey a little bit of potentially setting up some sort of SQL form or something similar to that. Why do you want to be here? What do you hope to get out of this? What's your experience? Generic questions that any type of guild would normally ask. With also some fail safes to prevent, every idiot and moron on the server getting in here.
Oh, exactly, and I would never want us to see us become some sort of spam trade chat every 5 minutes recruiting people guild, because that shit's ridiculous, and those guilds piss me off.
I don't ever want to see that.
Agreed.
I agree.
Along with that, some of the leadership changes would be the officers would actually, those that are promoted or those that want the job are actually assigned duties. It's not so much laissez-faire like we had, but Officer 1, you're in charge of the hardcore team. Officer 2, you're in charge of the casual team. Officer 3 and 2, you guys are doing some recruiting stuff. And having a level below them of assistants who are assigned to the officers to help them. But I also want more than just raiding. I enjoyed Lish's retro runs. Transmogrification is coming up. Okay, we're going to hit these 3 instances of old school to get transmog stuff. Legendary runs. I would eventually like to build my Valinar. 5-mans. There's all sorts of stuff, but officers are going to be... Officers will have jobs. It won't just be you have the officers and then you have the masses.
I'd just like to point out that at this current point in time, it's difficult for us to even get the guild challenges done.
Yep, and that's a lot of stuff is going to have to go into recruiting and building. I'll say this is not something that's going to happen overnight. This will take some time.
Currently, the guild challenges, there's no real need for us. The only thing we get out of doing guild challenges right now is gold. So, and we have got 30,000 gold sitting in the bank. So, we need to figure out what we need to do with that gold. If we find a use for it, maybe doing guild challenges will be more of a possibility.
I think it'll be a great resource for the hardcore and the casual players for wipes and repairs and whatnot. I don't see really a problem with it just building up in there. It's not like it's gonna go bad or expire or something.
No, it won't. But we need a reason to do 5-mans as a guild at this point, other than just hanging out. We want to.
Yep.
Well, with
the new patch, there's going to be some more items. 378 eye level items. So there's going to be a reason to do it that way and stuff like that. But truly, yes, 5-mans does come down to, hey, I want to do a 5-man and valor points and stuff like that.
There's always a couple mounts too.
There's the occasional mount. There's, hell, I'd be willing to go back to old. I would love the blue Proto Drake.
Fuck yeah.
That is kind of a broad overview of how I would try and steer this guild. Obviously, there are all sorts of little details I could get into, but purposes of this meeting is very broad overview. I envision this guild as a dedicated 10-man, semi-hardcore with a casual aspect.
Jeannie posted something in the guild. She says, and despite the fact that it is mainly just doing stuff that you normally do, raiding, questing, etc., to raise guild levels, how many of you are unwilling to start over together in a level 1 guild? Myself, you know, I'd be okay with doing it, but I don't want to do it.
I don't want to do it either. I hate doing daily quests. The only reason I did daily quests up until we hit level 25, and then I quit doing them.
Yeah, it helped us level the guild, and we put a lot of work into it. You know, we did stuff we don't normally do.
When Cataclysm came out and the whole guild leveling thing started, we had a far more active player base, and everybody was doing quests every single day to level their tunes to 85. You know, as opposed to starting with a bunch of people that are already level 85. I mean, it could take forever, literally, to get back up to 25. We might not even hit that before the next expansion comes out.
So what I'm hearing is if the guild name does not go through, the decision will be to split and everyone goes their own way.
Well, I'm seeing kind of a mix. I'm seeing about 50-50. I know DK and Dyla would probably move on to another. I know of some other people. I would consider moving on. I would also consider starting over. I am neutral. I can do both. Starting over is obviously very much not ideal, but if enough people are willing to do it, I would do it for the sake of them.
Is that
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not that I
votes.
don't like playing with any of you guys by any means or anything like that. It's just I just feel that we've all put too much time and effort into getting this guild to where it's at. That, you know, just to start over. I don't like that idea at all.
Looking at the votes on the forums for the name change and the new leadership, I believe I saw 9 votes totaling. If you cut that in half with people who are unwilling to start over, that would give you a guild of about 4 to 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
But
the
that's
decision
only-
would be to split up.
That's only if it doesn't go through, which we don't know yet. And I know I would much prefer to stay together. But the idea of leveling another guild kind of sounds like it sucks, you know, especially with 8 or 10 people.
Yeah, but you'd also be doing doors recruiting ideas and bringing in more people to level up the guild. It wouldn't only be the 9 or 10.
Yeah, I don't know of too many people that are going to join a level 1 casual hardcore guild.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I mean, Jeannie, if that's what you need to do, but I mean that's not what we want to do.
I understand that's not what you want to do, but I am saying if the name doesn't change, these are the options. You guys get to start over as a level 1, or you split up and go your separate ways. The
Exactly,
option
I mean,
of keeping the guild as just a quiet place that I wanted to do, as far as letting anybody stay in who wanted to stay in, is no longer an option, as they changed the way the guild leader system works. If a guild leader does not log in within 30 days, the guild leader just becomes up for grabs to anybody. So
Yep.
we won't be going with that option
that's
at all.
not an option.
I don't think you're going to be willing to pay $15.99 a month to log your tune in once every 30 days. Because that's just stupid. I'll go out. I'll
Exactly.
say that right now. That's like throwing money away.
Agreed.
So at this point, that's the main reason I'm leaving WoW to begin with, is the money situation. So yeah, I wouldn't be willing to keep paying it just to log in.
Totally understand.
Mm-hmm.
According to the polls, everyone's voted that's here tonight, and Beyond the Shadows is the clear winner. Within the Shadows being number 2, and Forever Shadows and Eternal Shadows 3 and 4, I guess.
Now, out of curiosity, being as those two are definitely way overrated over the others, do you want me to play with those letters to definitely make sure one of those guild names goes to the actual naming, and just give them those two options to work with as far as names, and then play with the letters to make it work otherwise?
If you can, that would be nice, but I think it's also going to depend upon what your game master says. He might say you must give us like the example I think Mikey posted, you must give us 5 names. Well, then we're going to have to give him 5 names, and we'll pick one that works for you.
Just give me
So,
times, Gene.
yeah. That might end up getting a denial. But, I mean, if there's an option to play with it, yes, that would be great. To guarantee one of those two, but also people do be advised, again, it is Blizzard's game. If they name us something that we weren't expecting, we might just have to go with it.
I'd be cool with that. I mean, as long as it's not something completely retarded like some of the people you see running around. I mean, it's cool, you know. I don't know.
Agreed. Jeannie, why don't you do what you can to the best of your ability to try and guarantee one of those two? Otherwise, I guess we will take what we can get if we're going to get anything.
Okay.
Well, I guess we've kind of settled what we're going to do at this point. As to the secondary option of everyone leaving or starting over from ground 1, or from level 1, everyone just kind of keep that in the back of your mind and think about it. We will not know what we are doing for sure until Jeannie does get a response.
It might not be today. It might not be tomorrow.
Might not be for a week.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Does anybody have any questions?
I don't think so. I mean, I think pretty much at this point, whatever happens, happens, and we're just gonna have to go with it.
It's kind of my sentiment. Anybody else? Closing comments? Questions? Anything? Alrighty. I guess I will close out the guild meeting at this time, and Jeannie, just keep us updated, please.
Of course. It will be my secret.
Well, alright, thanks for showing up tonight. I did receive others words on the side. There are a bunch of people that were sorry they could not make it and wanted to make it, etc. So, but, thanks.